doing the whole press thing, Chael. They're going back and forth. They're yelling. They're screaming. Sean Strickland can pretty much get to anyone except Dricus Du Plessis. Du Plessis seems to be so dry, Chael, and he's so dry in his approach, it just gets Sean. Is Dricus Du Plessis the best trash talker we have in the UFC right now? I mean, he did make Sean cry in the last press conference, and yesterday, Sean was noticeably like, whatever, he got me. Whenever he was talking about, he called Dricus he said he's like a R-word.
Yes, it all had to do with his father.
Dricus brought in the first time. But yesterday, he said Dricus fights like someone on the short bus, and then Dricus told him that he looks like the driver of the short bus until they fired him because he's not allowed to be around children the way he looks right now with the bald head and the mustache. And to that, Sean just went, whatever. All right, it was pretty good. It's Dricus from that.
It's so interesting. I love that you asked this question because nobody else has looked at it from that perspective. I've noticed this too. Like Dricus turns out to like secretly be really handsome. And he's like secretly, it turns out he's really charismatic and charming. So when Dricus does something that goes for the jugular, he can smile and laugh and somehow come off as the good guy. But he's not. If you go watch what Dricus is saying, man, that press conference is as vicious as we ever had. Sean had the right to lose his mind. I couldn't believe where Dricus went with that. By the way, Dricus didn't threaten violence. He didn't use profanity. He didn't even raise his voice. So it was a very G-rated, awful, terrible thing to say to somebody. It was mean-spirited. He brought up things that Strickland has shared publicly, like it's a public counseling session. He went on the Joe Rogan program. Joe Rogan's got a podcast. It's called GRP, the Joe Rogan program, and it's very good. And Sean goes on here and he explains to people that he had some tough things with his father. That his father threatened suicide, and that it was bad, man. It was very much a private matter.
And you feel sad.
Dricus brought it up. Dricus brought it up. We all knew when Sean told us that he's using us as a community, as a counseling session. It's off limits. Dricus brought it up.
Chael, let me ask you a question. Isn't it crazy how things can be accepted by the world in different ways? Because do you remember when Leon and Kobe were fighting? Kobe said something about Leon's father, and the whole world hated him. But then Dricus says that about Strickland, and that is a very mean-spirited thing.
Terrible.
It's crazy.
No, he didn't discuss death or violence. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't use profanity. Like, it was really quite artistic if you watch how he did that. Because if you do watch that, you're going to come away believing Sean is the bad guy and Dricus was the good guy. But if you listen a little bit closer, if you rewatch it, Dricus is the one that got that off course. And then, by the way, Dricus laughs and he goes, I think I've hit a nerve. And he starts laughing. I don't know if when you were a little kid, you had somebody argue with you, but then they would laugh into your face. Oh, he's going to cry. Oh, look, Dan, he's going to cry. It'd make you burst out in tears. So Dricus hits him with this little 6-year-old, I think I hit a nerve. And Sean lost his mind. There's one button you can push to get Sean Strickland. Dricus just happened to know what that button was.
Yeah. Dude, it's like crazy too. Like when you're a kid and they start bullying you or picking on you and your lips quivering and you don't want to give in. That's the worst thing, is to cry. But the next thing you know, you're on crying and giving the dude exactly what he wants. And then all of his little friends come and make fun of you. Sadly, Dricus has thousands of friends watching while it's happening. Of course Sean's gonna get emotional in that moment.
You really personalized that. I didn't realize that you were gonna be able to relate to that story. Like when I brought you up earlier, it's more like figurative. I see that the kids of Lafayette teased you a couple times, Big. I'm sorry about that.
It was really bad, Chael. And Chael, guess what? Chael, I was a coward. I would run away. Chael, I was a coward. Chael, for so long in my life, I was a coward. Chael, I've told this story a number of times, but this kid used to beat me up. His name was Gilbert. He would beat me constantly. If there were 2 other kids fighting, he would be like, man, I feel like getting in a fight today. So he'd beat me. So it got to the point that, Chael, he beat me so much as a kid, Chael. He beat me so much as a kid that as an adult, Chael, I'm 33 years old now. I'm at my mom's house in Lafayette. My brother runs into Gilbert, who, by the way, Chael, is literally 5'6". He never grew. He was 5'6" when we were kids. He never grew. Gilbert then sees my brother at the convenience store, finds out that I'm in town, and tells my brother, hey, where's Daniel? He goes, oh, he's at my mom's house. My brother calls me on the phone with Gilbert right next to, we call him Mon, this is his nickname. Mon then proceeds to get on the phone and tell me, hey, Daniel. I'm like, yeah. I was like, what's up, Mon? He's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just at my mom's house. He goes, I'm gonna come over there. You better not leave. He was gonna bully me again. He was ready to bully me again. I go, Gilbert. I am the UFC champion. Do you know how this turns out now? I'm like a little kid that used to beat up all around Lafayette. Isn't that crazy?
I just get it. Man, I just get it. That was in Lafayette, and you did some time in San Jose. Now you're out residing in Gilroy. But Daniel, the high school I graduated from, Westland High School, is 2.2 miles out my door and to the left. I'm in the same hometown. We got 48,000 people in Westland, and all 48,000 know one another. So yes, I was 115 pounds when I was in high school. I got pushed around plenty of times. And those dudes that did it, I haven't forgot about it. The bad news is neither have they. I still see them in like that light of, whoa, hey, that's so-and-so. They still see themselves in the light of that so-and-so. Like 1992 wasn't that long ago, partner.
And they think that they can still do you like they used. It's the craziest thing. I'm like, come on, man. I am the UFC champion. Do you know what fighting is?
Did he come over? Did Mo come over?
He did. He came over, but he was very nice. He was very nice. Like,
what are you nice to him?
Well, because I was nice. Like, you know, like when I get and he walks up to me, right? When I'm fighting, right? I'm in shape. I'm like, I'm the champ. You can see it. It's all on me. You know, like when you're the champ, you walk into a place, and I mean, the champion is you walk around with a freaking golden glow around you.